Hi guys, welcome to our episode 1, season 2 of Arcana Coffee Manila. And I'm John, I'm your host, and at the same time, I'm the owner of Arcana Coffee. So let me just give you a short introduction on paano nagsimula yung Arcana Coffee. So basically, I do have a cafe in Bacolod, and you guys can check it. It's Garage 1954. I'm on Facebook as well and Instagram. Pero apparently, unfortunately, we're closed for already 3 months, going 4. Actually, 4 months nung July 15, yan. 4 months na akong closed because of our situation right now. And if you're going to ask me, when will I open again? I'm not really sure. Kung stable na um, yung situation natin, I might go back anytime soon. Pero right now, medyo tumataas na naman yung case sa Bacolod. So, medyo na-delay yung pag-open ng cafe ko. Pero yeah, going back, I started Arcana Coffee Manila last year lang. There was no business plan at all. It started with a drink. Actually, I'm having a drink with my friends, and one of my friends is getting married nung December. December yung schedule ng wedding niya. So we were talking siguro nung mga October, something like that. And while we're talking, I asked him if he wants coffee sa wedding niya. And yeah, since we're drunk, and siguro para sige, any will do, coffee or whatever. So I told him na sige, I would sponsor you coffee for your guests. And then after that night, the next day, I remember na, oh shit, sinabi ko pala na magsusponsor ako ng coffee. Doon na nagsimula. So I went back to Bacolod. Kinuha ko yung machine ko. Actually, etong machine na to, galing yung Bacolod. Yan yung ginagamit kong machine sa Bacolod. And pinalitan ko siya ng Breville since may average cups per day sa Bacolod is around 10 to 20 cups lang. So I don't need a two-group head to serve a 20 cups na machine. So, tip number one, if you're going to open up your own cafe, don't go with expensive espresso machine muna. Kasi a lot of people think na parang the more expensive, the better machine. Correct? I mean, kung mahal, mas magandang quality to. Kung mahal, mas masarap na kape ang maproproduce niya. So, alisin niyo yung mindset na yan. If you're starting your own cafe, start with little first. Of course, especially when it comes sa grinder, number one investment ang grinder, correct? You always start with a small grinder muna. Kahit ganito, yung mga burr grinder na ganito. This one. You can start with this grinder first. I bought it siguro around 3,000 lang. 3 or 4,000, I forgot na. Yan, you can start with that grinder. And when time goes by naman, kung makikita mo na tumataas yung average ng cups mo per day, and you have a savings, that's the time na you can upgrade to a bigger machine. But still, if you can still accommodate, let's say, 30 to 50 cups a day with that kind of machine, go lang. Basta try to save first. Okay? So yeah, going back sa Arcana, siguro 1 month preparation lang yung ginawa ko sa Arcana. And basta ang number one na ginawa ko, inuwi ko muna yung machine ko. And medyo nahirapan ako since ang bigat niyan eh. So, paano ko siya iuwi? So, what I did, pinakrate ko siya. Syempre, protection. Kasi, hindi ko siya what do you call this? Pina-LBC or different kinds of courier. Kasi medyo nakakatakot idala yan sa barko. Syempre, hindi mo lang alam kung ano yung katabi niyan. Baka masira pa yan or ma-damage. So, ginawa ko, sinabay ko siya sa PAL. Going back sa Manila, sinabay ko yung espresso machine ko. At the same time, yan. This is the grinder that I'm using. It's an Astro grinder. Actually, partner sila ni Las Pasiale. So, yan. Ayan. Nung nauwi ko na yung espresso machine ko sa Manila, I don't know what to do next. So, yan. Importante kapag may business plan ka. If you don't have any business plan, medyo hindi in sequence yung gagawin mo. So yeah, yun yung hindi ko nagawa. Pero ako kasi, ang ginagawa ko when it comes to business, medyo trial and error basis ako. Like, for example, na parang if this thing doesn't work, okay, at least alam ko na hindi siya mag-work. You're gonna spend a lot of money, pero at the same time, alam mo na yung right and wrong eh. So, you'll do better the next time na gawin mo yung particular thing na yun. So, going back, I made a customized table. Let me show you. Itong customized table na to, this one is recycled. And, hold on. Ang binili ko lang dun sa table na yun is yung wood-like panels just to cover the whole table. Here go guys, I'll show you. And also, yung ginawa naming table, it's supposed to be a lightweight table since mahirap nga i-transpo yung ganun table sa mga events. Pero ang ginawa namin, since this one is very heavy, we wanted siguro a big size table talaga para to support the weight of my machine. So here, where is it? There you go. I'll show you sa my phone. Yan. So that's my first ever table. As you can see, yung machine ko na yan, medyo mabigat talaga yan. And the grinder is there and my menu. So that's Arcana Coffee catering services. Yan. And fast forward to the event, I'm not expecting it na mag-workout, na mag-bloom. All I want is to serve coffee for my friends, guests. And apparently, they like it. Kasi ako mismo yung well, may kasama akong barista nun, si JC. Hi JC, I know you're gonna watch this stream. So yeah, kasama ko si JC nun, and we were just making coffee. Siguro yung before mag-start yung event, there was siguro at least 20 people lined up already. So medyo natuwa ako, parang wow. So syempre ako, I removed my coat, put on my apron, sige, I'll help you JC. Gawa lang kami ng gawa ng coffee. And at the same time, sobrang nag-enjoy ako. While making coffee, you have you can talk to your customer while making your coffee. Parang there's a connection talaga when it comes to coffee. That's why one of my taglines here in our Arcana is coffee connection. Yan. So yun. After that event, sobrang natuwa ako. And I want more. Nabitan ako dun sa wedding event din. Kasi usually, wedding event lasts for only 4 hours. 4 or 5 hours, I don't know. Yun. So, nabitin ako. So, sabi ko sa sarili ko, I'm gonna make this full-time. So, yan. Fast forward, doon na nabuo yung Arcana. After Arcana, after that event, nag-post ako sa Facebook and Instagram since those platforms are really powerful and at the same time, they're free. So, okay talaga yung social media. And yun, nag-post lang ako. I joined a lot of groups, wedding supplier groups. Actually, more on wedding talaga yung pinupursue ko. Pero I'm still open for corporate meetings, birthdays, lamay, etc. whatsoever. Yan. And after that, yan, someone is still trying to join. After that, ayun na. Ang dami ko ng clients na nagpumasok. Like they were asking if I can host an catering service in Tagaytay, in Batangas, in Laguna. Then the rest is history. My last event was ano ba yung last event ko? This was an event sa Smart, yun. Sa Smart stores in different kinds of malls. I have one, nag-event ako sa SM Dasmariñas, SM North EDSA, SM Bikutan, SM Bacoor. Medyo puro south yung nakuha kong client. Pero it's okay kasi at first, you really have to risk everything. Huwag ka na mag-inarte. Let's say, for example, yung event mo sobrang layo and you're starting, you don't have to say no kagad. Parang first event mo to eh. So, huwag ka na mag-inarte kung malayo pa yan. So, go pa rin. Yan. That's the history. Yes. Yes, Cesar. Full-time. And since I'm here in Manila, yun na yung ginagawa ko. Pero when I'm back in Bacolod, I'll start my cafe ulit dun. Sana magbukas na kami soon. Okay, I'll answer questions first. Magkano yung charge nyo for catering services? Nagbe-base ako sa per cup basis ako. Let's start off with 100 cups. Sabihin nating wedding event to. 100 cups, that's around, magkano ba yung pricing ko? 15,000. Yan. 15,000, 100 cups. Then dun sa, regarding naman sa menu ko, all espresso drinks. Yan. That's 15,000 for 100 cups. And actually, you can check my page sa Facebook. Nandun yung lahat ng package ko. And also, I do have the Arcana package. When we talk about the Arcana package, it's not just the espresso. I also have a menu for pour-overs. And we're serving single origin beans. Yan yung Arcana package ko. Pag si Arcana package naman, tatlong barista kailangan ko, including Mia. Kasi, two barista for the pour-overs, and the other one can operate the espresso. So, medyo, I'm bringing the coffee shop vibe talaga sa mga events nyo. So, kung sino man ikakasal dyan, let me know. I can give you discounts, whatever. Pero since may situation nga tayo, baka next year pa. Yan. Nice, nice, nice. Actually, good thing about coffee is you can make a collaboration with catering service, katulad nung sinabi ni Mike. And pansin ko naman sa ibang, actually meron dapat akong wedding event, I forgot kung what date dapat. Gusto ko sana ipasok, pero the thing is, yung catering service na nakuha niya, nagsaserve na sila ng coffee, which is brewed coffee lang. So, hindi niya na ako nakuha. So, okay din na makipag-collab ka sa ibang catering service if you're going to enter the coffee cart. Apply mo na. Oh, pwede, pwede. Pwede, Brew TV. I know. So, most of my events are canceled talaga. And they told me naman na they would reschedule their weddings by next year. And yeah, shit happens. I mean, hindi naman natin na-control to. Sayang lang talaga yung momentum na parang actually, I started my year crazy. I mean, ang dami ko ng events lined up for January, February, pero pagdating ng March, nasira yung momentum ko. So, too bad, too bad. Okay. So, share ko lang ulit yung okay. Going back sa cart ko, yan. Yung setup ko, kung mapapansin niyo, kung saan ako kukuha ng water, kumuha lang ako ng dalawang 3 gallons of water. Yung sa mga mineral, dun lang. Pinagpapalit-palit ko lang. So, hindi ko na kailangan ng direct supply sa water line. So, I bring my own water. Para how much price range will plan to invest in a coffee shop or coffee farm? Still depends. Let's start with the coffee shop first, Sheena. If you're trying to open up a cafe, siguro what's the average small square meters for? Sabihin nating maliit lang na coffee shop. Sabihin natin na you're renting or let's say you own the lot. Siguro at least 200,000. I mean 100 to 200,000 range. Yan yung range kapag sa maliliit lang. And with that costing, kasama na dun yung machine mo. You could purchase a single group head na machine na Rocket Espresso. Siguro around 80,000. May nakita akong Rocket Espresso na good for small cafe. And also you can consider Breville na dual boiler Breville. That's roughly around 50,000 I think. I'm not really sure with the price. Pero yun. Then dun sa machine mo, kasama na siguro yung grinder doon. Then the tables, of course, the cups, the designs. Siguro kaya 150. 150K. Pwede, kaya. And then for the coffee farm, if you're trying to, depende pa rin kung ilang hectares yung farm mo. Siguro sabihin natin backyard farm lang. Pwede naman siguro eh. You invest sa mga authentic talaga na supplier ng beans. Kasi madami ngayon na yung traceability ng beans na lang hindi naman direct. Let's say, ang dami nagbebenta lang Sagada ngayon, pero it's not really from Sagada. I'm telling you, not all beans that you see on Facebook came from Sagada. So yeah, we will discuss that later. Okay, going back. Yung sa cart, wala akong mahanap na good people to do it. If you can't find good people to do it, start with yourself first. I mean, ako, yung nag-events ako, merong isang event sa Bikutan yata to or sa Bacoor. Ako lang mag-isa. Ako lang mag-isa pumunta. Ang kasama ko lang doon, yung driver ng Lala Move. Wala pa kasi akong transpo, so medyo magastos pa ako when I'm starting the Arcana Coffee. Every time na may events ako, nagbubook lang ako ng Lala Move to do my transportation, and at the same time to lessen my expense, ako lang mag-isa. Imagine niyo, ang event ko sa Smart, nagsa-start yan ng 10 o'clock to 7 p.m. Pero yung ingress niya is dapat nandun na ako mga 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. in the morning. So medyo grabehan lang yung preparations ang ginagawa ko. Pero the thing is, I'm enjoying it, and hindi ako napapagod eh. Kung tatanungin niyo ako, if I'm just alone serving coffee. No, I'm actually what do you call this? Na-excite ako kapag catering to different places. Kasi whenever I cater talaga, medyo madaldal talaga ako eh. So, first, I'm gonna ask, hi ma'am, hi sir, what's your order? Blah, blah, blah. So, hi, where are you from? Basta always start with PR. Yan, that's number one. Dapat ma-PR ka when it comes to coffee. And at the same time, if you're going to be a barista, you really have to learn on how to communicate with your customers. That's number one. You always value your customers. Kasi at the end, they would pay back by telling the other people na parang, uy, I heard this coffee is really good and the baristas are really friendly and nice. So yeah, magiging okay yung image ng coffee nyo. Okay, going back sa Arcana, yun nga, and transportation talaga ako nadudurog when it comes sa expense. Imagine niyo, 15,000, sabihin natin 15,000 yung package ko. And 15,000, ang expense ko doon siguro around 4. Sabihin natin 4,000 kasama na yung supply ko, transpo, and may barista. So, ang take home ko is 11 or 10,000. Pwede na, not bad. Always make sure na pagdating sa costing ng coffee, and hold on, someone's joining. Hi RL, what's up? Yan. Okay. And if you're going to ask me, is it profitable? Yes, it is. Coffee is profitable. Yan. Okay. So, ayun nga. Sa transpo ko, Lala Move lang ginagamit ko. And what I'm planning in the near future is I'm going to buy my own truck or an own transportation vehicle na kasha itong machine ko, and at the same time may the gas table. Pero right now, I'm going to make a smaller version since a lot of my clients are in the malls, especially the smart company. Medyo mahirap dalhin yung malaking table ko. Later, I'll show you yung setup ko sa smart. Medyo malaki kasi yung table ko, so medyo masikip. That's why I'm planning to make a smaller version. Okay, hold on. How does I suggest? Ayan. Nauuso ngayon yung mga cold brew na yan. For a home use espresso, you can always start with DeLonghi or Breville. Then, may naglabas na bagong brand, yung Flair. I don't know if you're familiar with it, Dayan. It is around 12,000, I think. Yung Flair na espresso. Okay yun. Check mo sa Facebook. pwedeng gawin yun for small businesses. Um, may tumawag lang sa akin ni Aaron. Hindi ko, nung tumawag siya, hindi ko pa alam na ganyung event yung papasukin ko. And then, she was asking kung ano yung rates ko, kasi kung mapapansin nyo, hindi lang naman ako yung coffee cart. Ang dami na rin coffee cart na lumalabas. And the only thing na pinagkaiba ko sa ibang coffee cart is I don't have any time limit. 'Di ba? Some coffee cart offers na dapat makonsume nyo yung, let's say, the client orders 200 cups, pero time limit nila is 4 hours only. So, ang tendency na nangyayari doon, hindi nako-consume ni client lahat ng 200 cups in 4 hours. So, after 4 hours, okay, tapos na kami. Bye. So, what about the rest of the cups? No, sir. It's already paid. And at the same time, dapat when you're going to start with coffee cart, make sure that you have a contract. And with that contract, dapat included doon if you're going to have a time limit, kung how many cups, or if they can extend. So, ayun. So, yun yung pinagkaiba ko. Wala akong time limit. 'Di ba? Kung mapapansin nyo, mali eh. Kasi, number one, yung pagod. And number two, yung time na na-waste mo the whole day if you're going to do that unlimited. So, para sa akin, ang advantage ko with using unlimited time is hindi na pressure si client. Mababawasan yung stress ni client na parang isipin niya, ano ba yan, magta-time na ako pero hindi ko pa nako-consume. So, yun nga yung sinasabi ko before, you always value your customer, you value your client, and make sure na they're comfortable with your service. So, yung ginagawa ko sa weddings, unlimited yon hanggang sa matapos yung wedding, hanggang sa mag-pack up yung wedding, pati yung mga crew ng events place, namimigay ako ng free coffee, even the guards, even the janitors, whatsoever. Yan. So, if you're willing naman to do it unlimited time, why not? It's really a good style on serving coffee cart. Aaron, yeah. Okay yan, unlimited. 24 hours, ang sarap, 'di ba? Kasi even though na you're unlimited time, na you're waiting for a new guest who will get your coffee, parang yung network mo lumalaki din eh. Kasi every time na a new person, na parang, hi, where are you guys located? Can I get your calling card? Yan. You do that connection talaga. So, sa weddings na pinuntahan ko, ang dami ko ring taong nakilala and ang dami ko ring napagbigyan ng calling card ko. So, yeah. Okay, before I proceed to the next part, any more questions? And you might be wondering why my business is named Arcana, correct? Arcana. Actually, I got it from... Ay, sorry. There's a question pala. Sorry. We're starting our business na posan. So, we need to start online. Nandiyan ko, waiting on special. Mag-base kami ng cover. Ayun nga. That's one more advice that I can give to you guys. Since how can we maximize the coffee industry with this kind of pandemic na lockdown tayo? You can start online, correct? And if you're going to make cold brew coffee, you can start off with a mason jar, Mike. I can give you a recipe on how to make cold brew using mason jar and top it off with cheesecloth or lampin ng bata, pwede yun. And yeah, you can steep it in your ref for 24 hours. I know. Average steep time for cold brew would be 18 hours. Yan yung average na. Kung wala pa tayong budget to buy espresso machine, we can start off with manual brewing first. Actually, you can make cold brew using French press. AeroPress, pwede rin gawing cold brew ang AeroPress. There's a lot of different kinds of methods that you can use. Yeah. Anyway. And yeah, Arcana is from a tarot card. Yeah, Aaron is right. And a lot of people are saying na I got it from Dota, something like that. I don't know if you're guys familiar with Arcana in Dota. I use the name Arcana because wala eh, angas pakinggan eh, di ba? Arcana coffee, kakaiba. Hindi, joke lang. There's a real deeper meaning dun sa name ko. Arcana is, I got it from a tarot card. It's actually a deck, a special kind of edition deck for tarot card readers. And with that deck, there's a card inside the Arcana card, which is called the Fool. Well, the Fool means new beginnings in life. So yun, new beginning, new chapter ng life ko yung Arcana. So that's why, okay, I think this is a really good name for me. And at the same time, it suits me well. So yeah, I use Arcana Coffee for my branding. And later on, we're gonna talk about branding on why branding is really important if you're going to start your own coffee business. Okay, and also, okay, going back sa questions nyo, Diane, what is your perfect ratio if using 800 ml French press? Um, I always start with 1 is to 3 ratio, Diane. And then from that, that's the time you're going to adjust na. If it really prefers to your taste, kung ano mas type mong lasa, if you're not good with 1 is to 3, you can play it like 1 is to 4 or 1 is to 5. It's really up to you if you're going to stick with the same ratio or you're going to try different ratio. Yan. Kasi we all have our own preferences when it comes to coffee. So, yo. What else? Any more questions? Okay. And one more thing. Um, okay. Ito muna yung question ko. Ilan dito yung plano mag-open talaga ng cafe nila in the near future? I'll give you tips. Anyone who wants to open up their own coffee shop or cafe, whatever? Okay, Jonelle, Sheena. Okay, number one tip would be your vision. I mean, ano ba gusto mong mangyari sa coffee shop mo? Always start with a business plan, of course. With that business plan, you write your on what theme you would use for your cafe. Kasi ang dami ng coffee shop na lumalabas dito with different kinds of theme. Siguro, number one advice would be try to do a coffee shop crawl. When we say that you try to visit different kinds of coffee shop, well, I'm not saying na you imitate their designs. Well, I'm not saying na you get their menu secretly. What I'm trying to say is go to different kinds of coffee shop, get some inspiration, and at the same time, yung flooring kasi ng coffee shop, medyo, that's number one eh. Don't forget about the flooring. When you try to open up your own cafe, make sure your flooring is perfectly balanced. When we say flooring, the moment you enter your coffee shop, ano dapat yung unang makita, ano dapat yung unang ma-encounter. Ang pan kasi some coffee shop, I'm not gonna mention the specific name, some coffee shop kapag binubuksan mo, like table upuan ka agad, masikip, ang daming distractions, mali talaga yung distribution ng mga gamit. So I think the best flooring plan would be whenever you enter your coffee shop, yung bar ka agad, yung makikita mo. Pleasing eh. Kasi the moment you enter, oh, I already seen the menu. Siyempre, diretso lang, lalakad ka lang sa bar table, dun sa barista mismo. And the table should be spacious. Siyempre, coffee shop. Ano ba usually ginagawa sa coffee shop? You study there, you hold your meetings there, or you have your alone time. So make sure your flooring plan is well arranged. When it comes, especially when it comes to tables, make sure there's a, siguro, dapat hindi ko alam kung ilang meters dapat yung allowance. Basta make sure there's enough allowance for people to pass by. That's number one. And make sure it's spacious. Kasi pangit naman, since we're in the new normal, so make sure your cafe is spacious para, alam mo yun, hindi sila, may social distancing pa rin yung magaganap. Okay, going back. Okay, that's number one. And business plan, of course. And number two would be choosing the right location for your own cafe. And sino dito yung mga taga Manila? Kung mapapansin niyo naman, sobrang dami ng coffee shop sa atin. And una yung may isip is parang mahirap na magbukas kasi sobrang dami ng competition. And at the same time, yung location na pipiliin mo, 2 blocks away from your location, may coffee shop din. So, you might think na this place won't work because there's a lot of coffee shop in that area. So, choosing the right location is number two when open up your cafe. Actually, yung ginawa ko sa Bacolod, yung location namin doon is really far from the main city of Bacolod. Parang 30 minutes away dun sa Bacolod area. And dun sa location namin, wala kaming competition dun. Like the whole area, wala masyadong establishment. So people are going to our place. So that's one thing that you guys should consider is choosing the right location. Okay? And what else? Um, what did I miss? Any more questions, guys, before I proceed? How about when it comes to your employees? Um, it's really hard to lalo na when I was starting, sobrang dami kong resumes na kailangan yung review. And I've seen a lot of good resumes, especially their upon checking up their backgrounds na parang they've been a barista for almost 3 years and they know how to communicate with people. And yun talaga, number one is check nyo talaga yung background ng employees nyo. At the same time, the skills. But for me, ang pinaka-importante sa akin is, ano yun? Alam niyo na sigurado. It starts with letter A. Ito yung lagi kong hinahanap when it comes to my employees.
Good attitude.
Yon, you got it right. Attitude. That's number one sa aking standards. I do have a lot of people who's really bad at making coffees, pero when it comes to their attitude, it's outstanding. I mean, yung skills naman pwede naman matutunan yan eh. So you can teach that person if he or she is willing to learn when it comes to coffee, matuturuan mo yan. Pero yung attitude, that's number one. I think you guys should focus on attitude if you're trying to hire someone. Okay? Okay, okay, okay. And of course, syempre, kailangan ma-PR din yung communication niya. Communication skills niya, okay din. Okay, question, when did you start your cafe? I think that was April 2018, Veronica, to be exact. I started my restaurant 2017 and then yung cafe 2018. Yeah. Are your baristas the same? Yes, Melvin. Isa lang yung barista ko lagi kasi si JC, mahirap kaya maghanap ng barista, no? And one thing na masasabi kay JC is he really knows the sequence kung paano yung mag-setup. And he has the communication skills. He's really good at making coffee. And at the same time, yung PR skills niya okay din. So, isa lang yung kinukuha ko. Pero kapag hindi pwede si JC, I'm doing solo. Yun lang. And, yeah, going back. Attitude talaga, number one. So, make sure na yun lagi yung check nyo. Na parang aanhin mo yung skills ng isang barista, pero kung rude naman siya, di ba? So, what's the purpose? Yes, yes. I'll get you, Master Jonel. Kapag meron akong event soon. I'll let you know. Okay. Okay. And when did you realize that government is what you really want to pursue? Um, I hated coffee before, Sheena. I mean, nung high school, I was not really a fan of coffee. I started drinking coffee when I was, I think first year college, since medyo naging busy na tayo pagdating natin sa college life. I started drinking instant coffee, 3 in 1. Pero way back nung hindi pa ako nagko-coffee masyado, I hated the taste of black coffee kasi walang lasa, it's really plain. I always wanted to add sugar and creamer just for it to have a taste. Pero nung as time goes by when I was growing, na kailan lang ba ako nahilig sa black coffee? Siguro yung fourth year na ako, yung pag-graduation na. Doon na ako nag-start uminom ng black coffee kasi I do have a friend who introduced me to specialty coffee. And yun, the rest is history. Doon na nag-start. And na-realize ko na gusto ko mag-open ng coffee shop is because number one, I love coffee. Number two, I love meeting new people. I really love talking talaga. So that's number one. And with that, coffee and communication, that's a good partner eh. So yun, doon na nag-start na I wanted to do that. And with Arcana naman, um, since ayun nga sinasabi ko, I'm not getting the average of 100 people a day sa Bacolod. What I did was is to transfer this powerful machine here in Manila to do a catering service kasi I don't want any waste na nangyayari. So yeah, transfer ko to and para makapag-produce ng maraming coffee itong machine na to. That's why I chose the two group head when doing catering services para mas mabilis yung ano niya. And yeah, that's my story. Coffee, if you're passionate about one thing, I think you guys should pursue that. Well, not about coffee then. Different kinds of things like if you're good at photography, making videos, you can do a business na kailangan ng photography. Yes, anytime soon, Melvin. I'm planning to open a cafe here in Congressional Avenue to be exact. There's a lot of places there that I could open. Pero siguro some other time. I mean, matapos lang tong pandemic na to. I'm gonna open soon. I think you guys should be there sa opening ko. Yes, lapit lang, lapit lang. Doon mismo sa ano, what do you call this? Sa extension, Congressional Extension. Hmm. Yan, apply lang kayo, apply lang. Hmm. And actually, my first been on join but didn't work out. Do you mind telling us why, Aaron? Why did, the partner. Ayun. So what can we do about these partners na hindi nyo magkasundo? Mahirap, no? Kaya ako for me, when it comes to Arcana, I wanted solo lang eh. Para to lessen the stress, to lessen the problem. Pag may problema lang ako lang yung sisisihin ko. Kaya maganda kapag solo ka. Ayun. And good thing, and one more thing about, if you really want to start your coffee business, you must learn the coffee itself. I mean, dapat may enough knowledge ka to coffee when you want to open up your own cafe. Ako, nag-aral pa ako ng barista. Dalawang school yung pinasukan ko. One is EDSA BDG and the other one is the Coco Academy in Pasig. So if you really want to do that, make sure you study your coffee. You know the history of coffee. And at least, para to lessen the expense. Why? Because if your employee is absent, you can take over. You know how to make coffee, diba? So yeah, know your coffee. And at the same time, know your beans. That's number one. Number one question would be, if you're a barista, number one question na lagi ko nakuha, hi, anong beans ginagamit nyo? Yeah, that's number one. Before, whenever I go to different kinds of coffee shop, I always ask, what beans do you use? Some say, yeah, Arabica, Robusta, and that's it. Make sure na you have enough knowledge when it comes to beans. If people ask you, if they're going to ask you, Arabica sa BGC. If customers are going to ask you what beans do you use, you always tell the correct information. Like for example, hi, what beans are you using? Hi, I'm using a single origin bean from Canlaon, roasted by this, and the flavor notes are earthy, chocolate, blah blah blah. Yan. That's number one. Kasi if you know your beans, if you know your beans and you let your customer um, na masabi mo yung ganyong information sa customer, sobrang matutuwa sa inyo yung customer. Kasi he knows what he's drinking eh. He knows what to expect. And yeah, they can trust you as well. And at the same time, yun nga, he or she knows what to expect from his or her cup. Like, I'm giving you a single origin bean from, let's say, this is from Brazil, and the flavor notes are floral, there's a jasmine flavor in it, and the aftertaste is well balanced, blah, blah, blah. Yan. Plus points yan sa customer. They would definitely go back to your cafe if you do that. So, number two, know your beans, and you must have enough knowledge when it comes to coffee. By not just by saying, anong beans gamit nyo? Arabica lang. See, parang kulang eh. Kulang yung ganong information. So, know your beans well, guys. Okay, what else? Let's go with marketing, guys. How do you market your business? By means of online, like of course Facebook and Instagram is free. What else? What else can we do for marketing? Marketing is very important kasi a lot of people, if you're starting, syempre hindi naman lahat ng tao alam kaagad yung cafe mo. So, number one would be Facebook. Ayan, PM to PM marketing, correct na yan. And you can do offline as well. When we talk about offline marketing, you talk to people on the streets. You give flyers. You print tarpaulins. You print posters. And yeah, chika chika. Tell them na, hey, I do have a coffee shop here in this place. I think you can visit me some other time. Ganyan, ganyan. So marketing is number 4. Be exact, marketing. And Facebook, you can run ads to your post sa Facebook. Kasi I'm doing ads before. And for the worth of 300 pesos, I have reached at least 26,000 engagement sa post ko. How cool is that? For only 300 pesos, your ad will run for 5 days, I think. And your location, dapat yung location when you're doing ad is to target all the places in the Philippines. Well, not only in the Philippines, siguro kahit ibang bansa. Pero you focus more sa Philippines. When you do ads, lahat ng city sa Philippines. Kahit sa Cebu pa yan, sa Iloilo, whatsoever. Yan, makikita nila yung post mo. So, wait lang. How to stay ahead knowing na there's a lot of competitors. Ayan. You try to be innovative as much as possible. And at the same time, don't think about your competitors. Ito yung ma-advise ko. Siguro ako, nung cafe ko sa Bacolod, I don't think about competition. I always think about helping my competitors. By means of what? For example, yung competitor ko, I'm not gonna say the name. Yung competitor ko, siya yung supplier ng beans ko. Sa kanya ako kumukuha ng beans. At the same time, bro, kuha ako beans mo. Okay, I'm gonna sell this to my cafe. Okay lang ba? Sure, why not? So I'm gonna promote your beans. And at the same time, he's gonna promote my cafe with that dun lang sa location ko. So whenever people visit his shop, hey, there's also a coffee shop in that area. You guys can check it out. And at the same time, they're using good quality of beans. So ako, I don't think about competition. And wanting to be, kung gusto mo talaga, if you want to stay ahead with your competitors, I think you should be unique. Unique, that's number 1. And number 2, good quality of service that you can provide talaga. Especially when it comes to beans. Make sure na you're using the correct beans, and then what else? And number three would be, can I advise you? Your network siguro. Especially when sa mga friends mo na pwedeng what do you call this? Whenever you post something, make sure na your people share it to the other guys. Kasi for a certain cafe, for example, hindi naman niya hawak buong Pilipinas eh. You know what I'm saying? Na parang, for example, itong cafe na to, na sa kanya lang lahat umu-order. No. There's a lot of cafes all over the Philippines naman who can provide the same service at the same dun sa cafe na yun. So make sure na you're unique and quality. Yan, dalawa lang muna yung ma-advise ko. Balik tayo dyan mamaya kasi I have notes for that on how to stay ahead of your competitors. Sige. Moving on, I'll be back with that question, Gina. Moving on, are there any other questions before I proceed to the next one? Also, guys, we have part 2 tomorrow. So, hope you can join us again. Okay, going back, we're going to discuss now on coffee beans supplier. Yan. Sino dito yung gusto mag-supply ng beans anytime soon? Like, who wants to create their own coffee brand? Anyone? Okay. So, I think all of you naman na gusto rin maging supplier ng coffee. That's why you're here. And and one more thing, choosing the right supplier. That's number one. I mean, your supplier must know the origins of the coffee that they're getting, and at the same time, um, I think farmers should get enough credits when it comes to the beans. Kasi imagine niyo, coffee farmers are not getting that kind of, what do you call this? That kind of treatment eh. Kasi parang ganito lang yan eh. Si farmer, syempre, coffee farm siya, and meron dyan papasok na middleman na they would buy their beans for a cheaper price, and then they would sell it for 3 times with that price. Sabihin natin si middleman, magpur-purchase siya ng 1 kilong coffee beans, siguro farmers, yung mga farmers kasi hindi sila nagbibigay ng presyo eh. Yung mga nagpa-purchase mismo yung nagbibigay ng presyo eh. Like for example, I'm going to buy your beans for 50 pesos per kilo. Imagine niyo guys, like 20 to 50 pesos per kilo ang ang nakukuha lang ng mga local farmers natin when it comes sa beans nila. Yes, mali talaga kita nila, and they don't get enough credits for it kasi a lot of coffee bean supplier na parang babaratin talaga yung mga farmers nila eh. Parang gusto lang talaga nila kumita, pero paano naman yung mga farmers na pinagkukaanan nila. So, lugi talaga at the same time. Kawawa yung mga local farmers natin. Like, for example, they would buy a kilo of beans for only 10 pesos. Imagine, anong magagawa ng 10 pesos? How can they feed their family with that kind of amount? So, I think the best thing to do is to find the correct supplier kasi sabihin natin may nakita kang supplier, pero yung supplier na yon may supplier ding iba na may supplier, parang ano lang yan, a chain reaction lang yun eh. Dun sa pinaka main supplier nila is one local farmer who's not getting enough um, what do you call this, payment dun sa mga beans nila. Yes, it actually exists, Sheena. Sabihin natin meron pang 5 pesos per kilo eh. Yan. Kaya, yeah, that's good, coach. Never ever ask discounts from farmers. And then people will sell it for at least 700 per kilo. Imagine nyo. Lugi talaga. And going back, before I start with that topic, let's talk about branding first. How important is branding? Like, sabihin natin sobrang sarap ng beans mo. Like, legit good quality of beans. Pero, dun sa branding mo, like, yung logo mo, beans ang nakalagay. So, bali wala yung quality ng beans mo if your branding is not really good. So, make sure your branding, that's number one. Start with branding first. Make sure your logo is visible and at the same time, it's catchy and of course, unique. Make sure na wala kang kaparehas to lessen the confusion when it comes to other suppliers. 4 pesos per kilo. Wow, that's the worst price ever. Imagine niyo 4 pesos, no? Anong magagawa ng 4 pesos, guys? That's crazy. Correct, correct. Anyway, branding. And I think, do we have RL here? RL, are you there? Hello? Yeah, let me, I think RL is here. RL, hello. RL, I'm sorry, nabubulol ako. RL is from, Pampanga ka ba, RL? I forgot. Ayun, Calamba, Laguna, si RL. Ah, Arcel ka pala. Can I call you Arcel? Nabubulol ako sa RL, sorry. Sorry. Ayun, Arcel. Well, Arcel is a coffee supplier din from Laguna. You guys can check her page out. It's Bean High. I really like your packaging, RL, and your logo. It's very unique and it's really nice. And can you share your coffee story on when did you start, how did you start, or what? Anything. Okay lang if you can turn off your video. It's okay, no worries. Yan. Okay, guys. Arcel. Yan, Arcel. Being high. You guys should check her page out on Facebook. There you go. Bean high. Yan. Sorry, it sounded hive no. Sorry, it's bean high. Yan.
Hi, good afternoon po.
Hi, Arcel. What's up? What's up? Okay, question kasi, Arcel, why did you start your own coffee brand and bakit? Bakit talaga? Yun, number one question muna, bakit?
Ayun, nag-start ako kasi sobrang in love na ako sa coffee. And
Mhm.
matagal ko na po talaga plan na mag-start ng sarili kong brand.
Hmm.
Kaya lang po kasi meron akong na-delay lang siya.
Mhm.
Kasi po in schooling ako. And also, meron akong friend na missionary from um, US
Mhm.
na punta po dito sa Philippines, bandang Mindanao.
Okay.
Ganun po. And meron po silang, ang plano po nila, kasi meron po silang coffee farm. Ang plan po nila is magkaroon na rin po ng sariling parang roastery po.
Okay.
Ganyan. Tapos ang gusto ko po kasi since meron nung start sila, meron akong coffee shop that time.
Mhm.
Gusto ko po na mag-create ng sarili kong brand ng
Mhm.
coffee. Kasi dito po sa amin, parang usually po, ang kilala lang ng mga tao is yung Starbucks.
Yan, correct. Mhm.
Na nag-try ng ibang mga beans. Pag sinabi mong Starbucks, kahit sobrang mahal, binibili po talaga nila.
Mhm.
Kaya gusto ko na parang i-share dun sa ibang tao yung mga coffee beans na natikman ko, ganyan. And gusto ko siyempre masuportahan din yung commissionaire ko kasi po nag-start sila ng business and gusto ko po na makilala din po sila, yung mga farmers, ganyan po. Kaya lang po na-delay kasi hindi pa po sila nakapag-start right now dahil nagkaroon din po ng COVID, ganyan po, yung mga machines na meron po sila. But naisip ko po, since hindi pa ako makakaalis and hindi pa po nakapagtuloy yung pag-aaral ko, i-push ko po yung brand na ng coffee na gusto ko.
Mhm.
Since po meron akong coffee shop before, nag-start po muna ako na i-contact ulit yung mga farmers, yung kinukuhaan ko po sa
Mhm.
Benguet.
Nice. Mhm.
Tapos po, yung ibang coffee beans ko na galing ng Batangas,
Mhm.
um, kami po mismo yung pumunta din para makipag-connect po dun sa mga nag-roast po ng coffee. Kasi marami po diyang mga parang tindahan ng
Mhm.
mga coffee beans. Pero karamihan po kasi doon, binibenta nila ng mura.
Yan.
Pero po kasi hindi na laging bago.
Mm.
Ganun po yung napansin. Pag personal use, parang okay lang siya.
Mm.
Pero pagka ibebenta mo,
Correct, correct.
hindi
Tama.
po hindi po maganda na ano.
Mhm.
Kaya po, ang hinahanap po talaga namin is yung talagang nag-roast po ng mga beans.
Yan.
And yun po isa sa mga kinukuhaan ko from
Mhm.
Batangas. And meron po ako nakuha ay yung dati ko pong supplier sa coffee shop. Yun po ay sa Benguet.
Mhm.
Nakilala ko naman po siya through dun sa churchmate ko. Kasi bago
Mhm.
pa po kami nag-open up ng coffee shop, yung mga churchmate ko, mahilig na rin po sa coffee. Every time po na may gathering kami,
Mhm.
coffee po yung ano namin. So, nagkaroon po ako ng connection dun sa farmers na yun dahil po sa churchmate ko rin. And also, hmm, yung brand ko po is talagang, sorry pero corny, pero talagang kasi po, one time,
Mhm.
nag-pray po ako na, parang sabi ko, Lord, ano po ba yung business na, na pwede kong gawin?
Mhm.
Hindi pa po ako makaka-this this COVID.
Mhm.
Pinag-pray ko po talaga. Tapos, one time, hindi po kasi ako makatulog. Pero inisip ko na po tong coffee na to before pa, kaya lang hindi ko pinupush po.
Okay.
Tapos po, one time, nag-pray po ako, parang nagde-devotion ako that time. Nakikita ko na yung, dun sa mind ko, nakikita ko na po yung itsura ng coffee brand na gusto ko.
Ay, wow.
Ganon.
Galing, galing.
Ganon po yung, parang sabi ko, sobrang nice po na pinakita sa akin yun ni Lord. Tapos po
Mm.
kasi yung pamangkin ko po kasi, marami siyang friends.
Mm.
Nakikita nila yung pangalan ng brand ko. Diba, Binhay po yung name talaga
Mhm.
niya, hindi po sa Binhi actually. Kasi yung iba po binabasa nila ng Binhi.
Mm.
It's
Okay.
Binhay.
Yeah.
Kaya parang, I want to say parang hello, parang doon sa mga tao.
Correct,
Gusto
correct.
ko introduce
Mm.
ko. Kasi diba pagka nakikita mo, pag first time mo nakikita yung tao, you usually sa tayo, hi,
Yes.
hello, ganyan.
Correct. Mm.
Doon nag-start yung pangalan ko.
Mhm.
Yung pangalan ng coffee namin. And, um, yun po, bali yung process po namin, for example, po galing siya ng Benguet.
Mhm.
Kasi since po may COVID, pinapadala po yan, Pasay, ganun po, binabagsak po yan ng bus,
Mm.
po yung ginagawa namin. Tapos po, dito sa amin, sa Laguna na namin nire-repack,
Mhm.
ay packaging, talagang hinanap ko po yung ang masasabi ko po is, dapat po, yun, katulad ng sabi nyo, dapat alam mo yung beans mo.
Correct.
Dapat
Mm.
talaga natikman mo siya. Yung lahat po kasi ng mga beans na binibenta namin, talaga po inaaral po muna namin isa-isa.
Mhm.
Titikman po muna namin. Pag po hindi pa maganda sa amin, kaya isa-isa po namin ini-introduce yung mga beans. Hindi po
Nice,
kami
nice.
nag, kunyari po, Arabica, lahat available na, ganun po.
Mhm.
Isa-isa po talaga na. First po, Arabica, sunod after ilang weeks, mag-introduce kami ng um, another kind, variant ng beans. Kasi po, gusto namin na maaral po bawat klase ng beans na meron po kami na ibenta po namin. Kasi mahirap po sa panahon ngayon, marami po nagbebenta ng beans, pero hindi po nila alam kung ano talaga yung lasa ng
Correct.
beans na meron sila.
Correct. Mm.
Nagdepende lang po sila kung ano yung feedback ng customer nila. Ganun pala yung lasa nun.
Yes.
Parang ganun po.
Mm.
Maganda po na ma-inlove tayo muna dun sa sarili nating produkto bago
Tama,
po
tama.
ma-inlove yung ibang tao.
Galing, galing.
Ganun
Correct,
po.
correct. Mm. And,
Yan. Tapos po,
okay, go. Mhm.
yan.
May question ako,
So,
RL. Sorry to cut you off. Question lang. Yung, kasi number one, if you're going to start your coffee brand talaga,
mm-hmm.
is to know your target market first. So, my question is, sino yung target market mo? Mga home brewers lang ba? Or you want to supply sa mga coffee shop dyan sa Laguna? Or pareho lang?
Pareho po. Actually, kasi
Pareho. Mm.
nagkakaroon po dito sa amin ng mga parang coffee shops po. Na, doon po sa dati ko kasi inalasan na coffee shop.
Mm-hmm.
So, nag-close po yung coffee shop. Close po namin yung coffee shop namin.
Yes.
Nag-aral po.
Mm-hmm.
Nagkaroon po ng maliliit na coffee shops doon sa area na yun.
Mm-hmm.
So, yung plano ko is mag-supply po ng beans po sa kanila.
That's nice. Mm-hmm.
And also to help din po kung paano mag-costing kasi since po nagkaroon na po kami ng nag-coffee shop na rin po kami before. Gusto po namin na matulungan din namin sila.
Yes.
Kasi po, tindahan po naman po pagka nag-start ka, mahirap po talaga. Saka mahirap mag-introduce ng product. And dito po sa amin, sa area namin, since nga po yung mga churchmates ko, tapos yung mga connection po ng mga churchmates ko, mahilig po sila halos lahat mag-kape.
Nice. Okay. So, hi guys, do you have any questions kay Arcel before we proceed to the next part? Yeah, you can check her page out. It's Bean High. Yes, may bisita tayo, Aaron. May nag-doorbell. Sorry about that. So how do you market yung products mo, Arcel? Like more on Facebook lang or do you do cafe to cafe na parang what do you do? How do you market your products?
For now po, Facebook lang, online, Instagram,
Mm.
Tapos sinachat ko talaga yung mga yung mga friends ko.
Mm. Yan, correct.
Talagang sinatsaga ko po, actually.
Tama yan, tama. Mm.
Kasi po may mga posts, kanya marami ka ng friends, may mga posts na sinashare mo,
Mm.
na nila nakikita.
Mm.
Kasi po, ang ginagawa ko, bawat friends ko, sinasadan ko sila, at least yung picture. Ganun. Page ko, ganun po. Tapos marami ko nakukuhang benta. Pag ganun po yung ginagawa ko.
Nice. Ayan, may question si Master Jonathan. Paano ka nagko-close ng mga deals sa clients? Paanong approach?
Depende sa tao.
Mhm.
Pero yun, ginagawa ko din po yung chika-chika lang talaga. Kasi meron po ako isang client sa coffee shop ko before. Hanggang ngayon po, client ko pa rin siya.
Ay, nice.
Kasi po, yun sobrang daldal niya. Nakikinig lang po ako doon sa sinasabi niya. Ganun yung, hindi po ako nagsasalita. Actually, hinahayaan ko na
Galing.
magsalita. From siguro, buong buhay niya po nagkwento niya sa akin. Nakikinig lang po ako sa kanya. After niya po napasok na siya, tsaka po ako papasok.
Nice.
Mag-isip na ako sa kanya. Ganun. Depende po sa tao. Yan. Dapat po makuha mo muna yung loob ng tao bago ka ng best. Paganda po na yung client mo, maging friends mo muna.
Tama, galing. Okay. What else, guys? What else? Any more questions kay Arcel? And if you want to order her beans, just feel free to message Arcel. Do you ship pa sa Manila, Arcel?
Yes pa.
Ayun, nag-ship pala kayo Manila. Okay. Any more questions, guys? Any more? Okay, sige. Maybe we can skip muna. Again, thank you, Arcel, for sharing your coffee story with us. Thanks, Arcel.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Bye.
And ayun nga. So, if you're gonna open your own coffee brand, make sure na you know your target market. If you're going to provide a supply for a certain coffee shop. That's number one. And number two, if you're just going to target home brewers, then so make sure na you know your target market and you know how to market it. Katulad nga ng sinabi ni Arcel, make sure na you know your coffee brand kasi yan yung number one question na tatanungin ng mga clients man is, saan to galing? Anong origins nito? Anong flavor notes nito? Yun. So make sure when you do your brand, and if you're going to sell your beans, make sure the all of the information is in your packaging, like the roasting date, number one, that's really important. The roasting date, and pwede din natin i-acknowledge kung sino yung nag-roast ng beans mo. Then, number two would be adding the correct flavor notes dun sa beans na binebenta mo. Para hindi na mag-guess yung clients mo na on what to expect with that beans. And then, and of course, the logo itself. Dapat unique and catchy at the same time. Anyway, who wants, my question would be, who wants to roast their own beans then? Actually, roaster, being a roaster is okay din kasi you're just going to buy your green beans, then you're gonna roast it by yourself and then you can sell it. Ikaw mismo yung nag-ano. And we can get that from Coach Migo. Coach Migo is a home roaster and at the same time a home brewer as well, and a fitness coach. So, Coach, question: what can you advise for the people na gusto mag-roast and gawin nilang business yon? Is it hard ba to roast, and magkano usually inaabot na gastos if you want to do roasting at your place?
Okay. I just started roasting lang 1 month. My voice ba is clear?
Yes, yes,
Can you
all
hear me?
clear, Coach.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm just an infant yet in roasting. I just
Mm-hmm.
started roasting last month.
Okay.
Luckily, I was able to connect with Master Lindon.
Yon. Yon, yon.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, he's very awesome. Or I'm able to talk to him a few days ago.
Mm.
We just chat about roasting and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, my first roasting talaga is using a kettle. Using I mean not kettle, using a frying pan.
Yun. Classic na
Frying pan.
roasting yan. Mm.
So, kasi nga yung pandemic, this year talaga I already planning to start my own coffee brand.
Mm-hmm.
Ganun. So the more I read about coffee, the more I study about coffee.
Mm-hmm.
At first I was thinking of, buying roasted beans and then rebrand it and then sell it.
Yes,
Ganun.
correct. Mm-hmm.
But as I start to dig up coffee, learning more about coffee, and parang may mali. I don't know. I'm not sure how you see it, but this is how I see it. If I'm just going to buy roasted beans and then try to reband it
Mm-hmm.
and sell it, I don't have my own identity.
Correct. Mm.
Compare if you really roast yourself and you have your own, you have your own uh, flavor profile
Mm-hmm.
and ganun. So yun yung na that's the idea that came up into my mind. So,
Mm-hmm.
kaya yung name ng brand ng coffee ko is House of Coffee. There's a reason why I named it House of Coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Number one is home roast, home roast. So I really use first frying pan,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not that consistent. My some are consistent. Depende rin kung gaano karami yung ilagay. But I'd notice mas okay yung pot type
Mm-hmm.
na roast. It's more consistent. And when it comes to home roasting, when I started getting my beans, no, I really roasted like almost every day.
Mm-hmm.
Kaya
Ayos.
naubos lahat yung beans ko agad. I really want to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I stuck into, for me, the pot is medyo mahirap siya kasi lagi ka nag-shake.
Correct,
So,
correct.
medyo physical demanding siya.
Nakakangawit
Lagi ka
yun.
nag-shake talaga eh. Compare sa frying pan, okay lang kasi may rod ka.
Mm.
Yung pot talaga, lagi mong sinishake. Parang yung the hive na
Correct.
idea.
Mm.
Um, after after nyo nag-roast ko ng pot type, I think after a week or two, lumabas sa YouTube yung The Hive at review ni The Real, or limutan ko yung sino yung YouTuber na yun na nag-review rin.
Mhm.
Prometheus, The Real Prometheus, siya yun. Oh. So, review yung The Hive.
Mhm.
Sabi ko, oo nga, no? Ito yung idea ko eh.
Mm.
Tapos ginawa ng roast. So, actually, using pot, it's more consistent. Lagi mong i-shake.
Mm.
But it's hard to roast bigger batches
Correct. Mm.
with that kasi mas mabigat na yung pot. Tapos, of course, uh, yung hands mo, hindi all the time mag-shake.
Master, mga ilang,
Mag-rest ka talaga.
what's the least batch that you can roast when using pan? Mga ilang kilos kaya per roast?
Pero hindi ako umabot ng kilo kasi mabigat talaga eh.
Mm.
Tapos, it's really tiring sa hand.
I see.
So,
Siguro mga 250 Gs lang. Mga ganon.
no, actually, I went down to, kasi when I went to 200 grams, 250 grams,
Mm.
uh, I noticed inconsistency kasi
Mm.
magdepende rin kung gaano kalaki yung pot. Kasi
Mm.
kapag yung, for me, no, the most consistent is yung sa pot mo, dapat hindi siya mag-double up yung mga beans or nagpapile yung beans upwards or
Mm.
marami na. Kung as much as possible, flat yung beans talaga. Mas
Mm.
consistent yung roast kapag naka-flat lahat yung beans doon sa pot.
Correct.
Or may pile, hindi talaga siya big pile of beans.
Mm.
Mas more consistent siya.
Ano to? At
Tapos
least
I
mga
use
100 grams?
Yeah.
Mm.
I've been roasting 100 grams, maximum 150 grams.
Mm. Okay.
Yun sa pot ko na ginamit.
Mhm.
I use my stopwatch. So when I'm shaking it,
Mhm.
I open up the pot and then check if the color changes. So
Mhm.
I just note the most important ones. Like, okay, most of the beans are yellow. So I
Mhm.
press on my stopwatch. This stopwatch, this first part, that's the
Mhm.
yellowing part. Then the next part is the brown part. So,
Correct.
and the next is the first crack and then end of first crack. Yun lang yung inunod ko talaga.
Galing, galing. Mhm.
Tapos, after that, oh, oh, okay na yun. Yun ang inunod ko. Then, and ito yung first na mistake ko. Every beans, treat it differently. Don't treat all coffee beans are the same.
Mhm.
All
Correct.
coffee beans is different.
Correct, correct.
My coffee beans na sa ganito na heat, temperature, paglagay mo, may iba na mag-react agad.
Mhm.
Yung isa nga nag-scorch agad. Hindi ko
Mhm.
na-notice ang bilis nung tapos kita, hindi nag-scorch.
Mhm.
So, every different bean talaga. So, you need to master one single bean.
Correct.
For me, no, put on one coffee bean first and then try to master it and then the next time, focus another bean. Kasi yung ginawa ko, okay, nag-roast ako sa milalitra na beans. Tapos,
Mm.
next, I roast kind of beans. So, yung idea, parang I treat them the same.
Nice,
So,
nice.
mayroong mga mali. But
Mm.
yung ginawa ko, yung mga mali na mga beans, hindi ko tinapon.
Mhm.
Ang ginawa ko, kinakat ko kasi to help me understand taste also.
Nice,
May
nice.
beans ako na I really tried to bake it with a very low fire and I just really tried to bake it, not even to reach first crack.
Mhm.
Just to really know the taste of baked beans and then under roasted. Tapos yung, just try to mix up everything, yung mga mistakes ko. Tapos yung mga tama, then try to compare each
Nice,
and
nice.
try to with the profile and ano yung lumabas na taste, ano
Mhm.
yung taste sa bake, ano yung taste sa underdeveloped, ganun.
Mhm.
So, nai-enjoy ko rin.
Try and error basis lang. Tsaka you learn from your mistakes.
Oo. So,
Yan.
yes. Trial and
Mm.
error talaga.
Mm.
It will come up to experiences talaga. Sabi nga ni Sir Lyndon, ni Master Lyndon
Mm.
sa akin, the graph only will help us to have a consistent roast.
Mhm.
But it's actually the eyes and the senses talaga yung
Correct.
determine sa roaster behind.
Mhm.
So, but experience talaga. So, the profile itself will help us to make consistent roast, especially if you're going to sell it already.
Mhm.
So, it will help us to have a consistent roast. But if you really want to master flavor profile, senses talaga.
Mm.
Really master tayo ni Mr. Lindon.
Nice,
So, I'm
nice.
lucky
Mhm.
na I was able to cook with him. Oo. Kasi yung first ko talaga is I shifted Mag-start ako sa coffee roasting.
Mhm.
And then soon, start my own cafe.
Nice,
Just a
nice.
small cafe.
Ayos
And
yan.
the idea already is already built in the brand House Coffee.
Galing, galing.
So I want to
Imaginin mo,
impart
coach, may coffee shop ka na at the same time, sinusupply mo yung sarili mo. So, that's really a good business. Ikaw na yung roaster, ikaw pa yung barista, ikaw na yung lahat. So, that's a good thing. If you're a roaster, might as well start your own cafe. It's a good thing, coach. Ayos yan.
correct.
Mm.
Kasi nga, the idea ko is House of Coffee. I really want to, my main focus talaga is yung mga home brewers.
Mm-hmm.
Yung mga home brewers
Home
sa
brewers
ibang
ang target,
markets.
yeah.
I really
Mm-hmm.
want to teach people na there's more to coffee than just adding sugar in it. Yun talaga
Yan, yun. Magaling,
yung
magaling.
motto ko eh. I
Mm.
want to teach people that there's more to than just putting sugar in it. So, yun.
Yan. Ayos yan. Parang pwede nating sabihin, black coffee movement. Stop drinking 3-in-1 and we must learn on how to
Oo.
drink real coffee talaga.
Mm,
Ayos.
oo. Yan.
Okay. Thank you, coach, for that
May idea na
wonderful.
ako
Oh,
sa
one more. Go, go, coach. What else?
may idea na rin ako sa coffee shop. May idea na talaga ako sa coffee shop.
Mm.
I'll try to put it inside the brand itself,
Mm.
named House of Coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And in my coffee shop, I will focus on brewings, on the type of brewings, kasi
Mm-hmm.
yung coffee shop is what I brewed is also encouraging them to buy these brewers also, that you could
Mm.
also brew it at home.
Nice, nice.
Ganun yung concept.
Galing, galing.
Mm.
Okay. Coach, let's answer some questions muna. Kailan
Mhm.
best i-consume ang freshly roasted beans?
Best i-consume. For me, no, uh, para sa akin, no, nakamaganda within 3 weeks time.
Mm-hmm.
Sa experience ko pala so yung nano-roast ko kasi uh, bago pa lang nag-fifth week ngayon eh.
Mm-hmm.
And I could see the difference. So, the best talaga within 3 weeks time. Nandun pa talaga yung characteristic.
Mm.
And nag-try din ako, after ng roast, binu ko agad.
Bro ka
So,
agad.
it's not, I just want to just explore.
Mm.
So, medyo ganun ka-clear. So, hindi pa clear yung, yung coffee, madami pang, other taste pa na nandun.
Siguro
Hindi pa nadigas talaga yung,
correct. Siguro wait at least 3 to 5 days before consuming it. Just let it
true,
tigas muna.
true,
Oo. Dun sa mga freshly
oo,
roast beans na nabibili nyo, don't consume it right away, guys. Wait at least 3 to 5 days for it to tigas. I think that's the best time to consume your freshly roast beans. Okay. One more question,
but I'm
Master.
talking of 3 days.
Oo. Eto,
Sige,
may
sige.
question si Sheena. How do you roast using a pan? Ayan.
Oh,
So, manually.
so using
So,
a,
mm
using a frying pan, any pan will do, no? But I think the cast iron would be better kasi nga, sabi nila,
mm
hindi ko naman talaga tinitest, no? But
mm
even yung distribution sa iron, sa cast iron.
mm
I also have a cast iron. So, as long as you're roasting frying pan, no,
mm
make sure the coffee that you put before you roast, measure first the coffee inside the frying pan. Make sure that all the coffee is leveled.
mm
Hindi yung nadodoble yung coffee.
Correct.
Para mas lessen yung uneven roast. Tapos you always shake it talaga. You always try to steer the coffee
Mm.
non-stop para kasi nga yung frying pan, yung heat source niya nasa ibaba.
Mhm.
So from the pan itself transferred yung heat sa beans.
Mhm.
So one side of the beans will be heated, other side is not. So that's why you always stir it up. Lagi mo talagang sinisteer yung sa frying pan. Kaya nga ako nag-shift from frying pan to a type kasi may takip. I-shake ko lang siya palagi. So the idea is the hot air will be inside the pot itself. So you keep shaking it. So you're helping the hot air to,
Mhm.
to roast the coffee off. Kaya so nakita ko mas even yung pot type. Pero yun nga lang, lagi mas tiring lang talaga sa kamay kasi lagi mong sinishake talaga
Yun.
yung
Kaya
beans
ano,
non-stop.
malaki biceps na ni coach eh.
Oh, parang,
Kaka-roast.
parang nagiging
Parang
fat
workout na
healthy
rin
lang.
eh.
Oo, oo.
Okay, one more question. Kailan nagiging stale ang coffee after roasting and after grinding? Lifespan ng coffee.
Hmm. Like I said no before, the best time to consume coffee is around 3 weeks. No, perhaps siguro maximum 6 weeks. Yun na yung time na mawawala na yung lasa, masasap
Mm,
talaga yung
correct.
magdidegrade na yung taste coffee, yung mga flavors niya.
Mhm.
And for me, no, uh, container itself also make a huge factor. Eh. Sealed, tapos if possible, no, yung hindi clear, yung dark, yung storage ng coffee, walang
Yes,
sunlight na makapasok.
correct. Stay
It
away from
helps. No?
sunlight. Correct, tama. Mhm. Okay,
And
so
then,
what else?
mm,
Go, master.
by the
Mhm.
time may pag-grind, by the time you grind, uh, for me, no, consume, what you consume, that's the time you grind.
Mhm.
The time you make coffee, that's also the time that you grind also. Don't grind coffee to store. Better yung beans pa lang talaga.
Tama, tama. Tsaka, guys, it's really malaking difference if you're going to buy whole beans versus grinded beans. Mas maganda bumili ng whole beans para mas matagal yung what do you call this? Para mas matagal yung storage time niya. Kasi when you buy, siguro naman a lot of you walang grinder talaga sa bahay. So, it's okay naman. Kung yung mga walang grinder, pwede kayo bumili ng grinded beans na. Pero I suggest, you buy your beans whole beans talaga. Para mas matagal yung lifespan niya. Again,
Diyan, may tanong ako.
oh, go, 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 go.
Yung grinder mo na pinakita, yung 3,000 ba yun?
Ito,
Consistent
yung
ba yun sa
Burger,
grinder?
yung Burger grinder. Ah,
Oo, yun. Oo, yan. By your experience, consistent ba yan na grinder?
I'm sorry ulit. Ano yung coach?
Consistent siya na mag-grind.
Um, sa ngayon, hindi na. Kasi sobrang tagal na sa akin tong grinder na to. And,
Okay.
oo, feeling ko yung mga blades niya, medyo pudpud na. Kaya if I'm going for sabihin natin magbi-medium to coarse grind ako, hindi na siya ganun ka, what do you call this, ka consistent yung grind. Kasi sa sobrang tagal na tong grinder ko, I'm pretty sure my blades are roughly pudpud na. Pero when it comes to consistency naman, if you're going to buy this kind of grinder, okay siya. Just make sure now, whenever you grind, you always, what do you call this? Yan. Lagi niyong tatanggalin tong funnel and make sure na laging malinis to. Kasi minsan nangyayari, nagga-grind ako ng iba't ibang klaseng beans. Nakakalimutan ko mag-wash ng beans. When we say wash, to remove the excess ng previous beans na ginamitan mo dito. So, ayun, nagkakalo-halo na yung mga beans na nagagamit ko. Kaya, ganun. Medyo nasisira when you're using this kind of grinder. Pero, for beginners, for home brewers, I suggest using this kind of grinder. Okay to, promise. Okay. Cherry, naka-order ka na ng beans, walang roasting date? Saan mo ina-order to? You can ask your supplier. Ask them kung ano ba in-order mo, Cherry? Is that, what kind? Arabica? Sagada ba yan? Yes, you can. Where is that located? Taga saan sila? When did you bought it? Hmm, 1740. I think they forgot to add the roast date or wala talaga nakalagay? Ah, okay. Ilang grams yan? 250. Parang I've seen that already sa Facebook. Si 1740. Good quality of beans naman, I think. Siguro, nakalimutan lang nila maglagay ng roast date. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they have good quality of beans. But then again, always make sure to ask the roasting date para you know when to consume it. Yan. Uy, solid yan. Sabay tayo, coach. Let me know. I can go to Laguna as well. Yan. Okay, any more questions, guys? Yan, solid yan. And we have a part 2 tomorrow, so stick around. Hope you guys can join us again for the part 2 tomorrow. Any more questions? Yes, thank you, Veronica. Thank you for joining. Sorry, puyat ka na naman. Sanay sa puyatan si Veronica. Thank you, thank you. We have part 2 tomorrow, guys. Okay, we still have time. We still have 20 minutes left. Let's talk about logo. Yan. Pag-usapan natin yung logo. If you're going to create your own coffee brand, you start off first with the logo. How do you find the perfect logo, guys? Question. Like, ako, have you seen my logo, guys? It's actually a reindeer. Or it's a stag. This one. Yan. Sobrang ang hirap din when it comes to creating your logo, no? Like, ako sobrang dami kong ginawang logo for Arcana. Yes, correct. Vision 2. At the same time, connected din to your identity. Kasi ako, the reason why I chose that reindeer or stag logo is because of my name, John. You know why? Because I do have a second name. It's Rudolph. I'm not using Rudolph anymore. I used that when I was still on elementary high school days. So it's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Yun talaga yun. That's why I chose the deer logo. And also, there's a lot of reference with my logo. And it's also, I got it, siguro naisip ko rin yung reference from the Harry Potter series. I don't know if you guys, have you seen Harry Potter? Any one of you? Sino nanonood ng Harry Potter dito? If you remember, that was Harry Potter Patronus when he's in trouble. Yun. Yung Patronus, the deer. Yeah, he helped Potter to... Yun, yung Patronus charm. Correct. There you go. Potterhead yan si Mike. Nice. And also, pinatato ko rin yung logo ko sa katawan ko. Ganun ako ka-addict sa logo ko. And at the same time, ganun ako ka-passionate when it comes to my business. Yan. I'll show you. Here. Yeah. Medyo geometric lang yung tat ko. Then, I'm not gonna write the name. Too much na. Ganyan lang. Then, the deer, then the triangle. There you go. Ganon. Pero I'm not saying na pag may logo, patato nyo rin sa katawan nyo. No, no, no. It's just me. And one more thing, your logo should be visible enough. I mean, if people check your logo or your branding in the internet or in Facebook or social media, make sure your logo is visible. And hindi naglo-low res when you upload it online. Make sure it's always on high res. Kasi a lot of business page on Facebook, whenever I click their logo, medyo malabo. Pag kiniklik nyo siya, hindi visible enough. So, yeah. What else, guys? Any more questions? Who do we have here? There you go. Mike can help you guys with your logo. What's your Facebook page again, Mike? You can share it sa group. You already did, right? Nilike ko na yun eh. Ano nga ulit yun? Yung... What's the name again? I'm sorry, I forgot. I already like your page. Yun, Grind Time Creatives, correct. Yan. Nice. Meron na tayong logo maker sa group. Yun. Ayun pala, Mike, question. How do you create your logo? Parang, for example, you're into coffee. Let's say, coffee bean supplier ako. Like, ano ba dapat? Medyo mahirap mag-isip ng logo, no guys? I mean, katulad sa akin, yung deer na logo ko, it's not even coffee related. Right? So, can you give us any tips or pieces of advice on how to make your logo? Like, does it always have to be incorporated with your business or kahit you think outside of the box? Like, what I did, medyo malabo, deer, tapos coffee. What's the deal here, Mike? Kaya nga, weird, no, dear? Kaso nag-worry lang ako, Mike, kasi I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the alley. Yung logo kasi ng The Alley, parang reindeer din na mahaba yung horns niya eh. Baka medyo nag-overthink lang ako na baka isipin nila, ay, ginagaya ako ng Arcana, ganyan-ganyan. Pero, alam mo yun, nilagyan ko na siya ng triangle para to be aligned. Ayun lang. So, make sure na ganun din ginawa ko before. Kasi yung deer logo ko, it's supposed to be geometric lang, katulad ng tattoo ko. Pero but then again, for me kasi, nakukulangan ako sa details kapag geometric lang. So, what I did was to change it to more real face of the deer. Then, I just added a triangle on it. Kaya yun. Hi, Ray, Master Ray, welcome. Welcome back. For me, pag gumagawa ng lang pag may gaya, make sure na browsing kami. Ayun. And at the same time, sorry to cut you off, Mike. Make sure na there's always options kapag hindi ka na tawag dito, pag hindi ka contented dun sa isang logo. There's always options. Siguro at least five different logos that you can compare. And at the end of the day, kayo pa rin magde-decide on what logo to use. So, ayun, it's better to have options when it comes to logo. Correct. And make sure na if you're going to, let's say papagawa kayo kay Mike ng logo, make sure you talk to Mike regarding sa logo niya noon, kung ano ba talaga gusto mo, kung what character you want to show to your logo. And at the same time, na magkakaroon ng at least an impact to your customers when they see your logo. So make sure you talk to your designers if you're gonna make your logo. Kasi once you posted your logo na, let's say nakapag-print ka ng logos, siguro a week after, I want to change my logo. Dagdag gastos yun. At the same time, malilito yung clients nyo if you change your logo. So make sure um, you stick with your own preferences when it comes to logo. Since ayun, yan. Medyo madami ng mga mugs logos. Correct ka dyan, Master. Correct, tama. Yep. Good point, Mike. The vision itself. And also, what else? What else, guys? Any more questions? Hmm. Okay yan ah. Oo nga no, owl. Maganda rin yung owl eh. Like, ano ba sinisimbolize ng owl? Wisdom, what else? Some say if you put owl on your tattoo, medyo bad luck daw ang owl. Pero depende pa rin yan sa tao kung how would they look with that image eh. Nice. Minimalistic. Okay din yan. More on minimalistic designs eh. Ayun, that's a good question, Hillary. Paano makakabawi yung mga coffee shop? Especially dun sa mga coffee shop na by rent pa yung place nila. Imagine niyo guys, they don't have enough customers. At the same time, nagpapasahod pa sila. And then number 3, yung rent nila, electricity, and all other expenses. Siguro, take it online. I mean, kung wala masyadong customers, like, katulad ng iba, ginagawa na, try to sell cold brew sa Facebook or they can do online work, they can do online workshop, online coffee courses. Pwede nila gawin yun. And what else? Ayun. Medyo mahirap nga. Actually, sa ibang businesses din na nagsarado, it's really hard for them to get back to the real deal when it comes to the COVID. Ayun, online since yun yung ginagawa namin ngayon. Nice. And pwede rin, sabihin natin if you want to do online pour over session, pwede yun. Like, you're going to provide a material for your client and then they're just going to pay for it. Tapos yun, pwede na kayo mag-online workshop. At least your client mo, meron kayong tools na binibigay to your clients. They can do that at their home at the same time yan. Like Zoom or Google Meet lang. Pwede na yun. Pwede sila makabawi doon. Online is the key ngayon. Kaya nga, nakakainis. Yung, siguro, pinaka-problem lang when it comes to online is yung interaction. Kasi iba pa rin talaga when you talk to people face to face. But for this, medyo masasanay din yung tao when it comes to online. Pretty sure na magiging normal na lang tong siguro lahat magiging online na eh. So, but then again, we're still in the process of moving on and we're adapting to new things ahead. So, yeah. Okay, what else, guys? Oh, it's 5 o'clock already. Okay, let me just close this stream spill. I'm just gonna do my closing spill na. Okay, thank you guys for joining our part 1 how to start your own coffee business. We do have a part 2 tomorrow, same time. And if you have questions, you can use our GC sa Facebook. You can just type in your questions anytime. We're 24/7 naman. Kahit madaling araw pa kayo mag-type, okay lang. Okay. So, what else? Any more questions, guys?